prepared, but from the heart. Growing up in West New York, I had the proud honor of watching my uncle march in every parade. You too, there you go. And my mom would make sure that we were all dressed and ready for the Bergeline Avenue, the march of the World War II veterans, the Boy Scouts, the VFW, the Eagle Scouts. But most of all, I want to thank him for allowing me to spend Saturday mornings down in Edgewater with the Sea Scouts. Only boys were allowed down there, but since he's my godfather and he had to do nice things for me, I used to tuck my ponytail in a cap, get in his car, back then it was called a Woody, and we'd go down to the river and shoot archery. And every young boy that was down there, all they kept saying is that they looked forward to Saturday morning to be with Pat and shoot archery down on the Hudson River overlooking New York. And it was probably the most touching time in youth's lives to have someone dedicate that time to the town they loved, to the people of the town, and it's just an honor to know that Uncle Pat, I watched you in every parade, and every time you passed, our hearts just thumped like men, so proud, and we're proud today too. Thank you.
Okay, Steve, Diane. He's representing right now Troop 848.
Outside of uniform, but still representing Troop 848. I met Pat when I was about 7 years old. Not too much taller now, but about this high. The things that he teaches us in Scouts, you know, the fire building, all that stuff, you can't really do that outside. But the values and the morals that he teaches us and the kids of West New York is something that really just stays with you and goes on with you for the rest of your life. He was a big inspiration. What I do now, I'm a New Jersey State Trooper, and because of Pat, I live my life with the Scout values that Pat has taught me since I was a little kid. He's been like a second dad to me, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Cruz. I don't know anybody. One of the baseball players that Pat coached.
Caught me by surprise. Well, Mr. Collini, as I used to call him, was coaching at Babe Ruth baseball in, I don't know, the mid-'70s. We played, and it was just always a fun time. He was a great coach, always smiling. We always had fun, and as we were just speaking, we didn't always win, but we always had a good time, and he taught us well, and we just had a great time. And when the power of the internet, I found out about this, and I made the trek over here. I don't live in West New York anymore, but it's definitely worth the trip to see his smiley face again. Thank you.
We have one of his former co-workers, Wayne Cook. He's here somewhere.
Well, I know Pat Cannavani probably a lot longer, so funny story about Pat. Pat dated my aunt, I would say 1947, 1950. Him and my mom got along great. One Irish lady and an Italian guy, what a combo. But Pat, I worked for about 10 years at number 5 school. Pat taught me everything I know because I became a head custodian right after Pat. I took Pat play number 5 school, and Pat taught me a lot. And that's why now I'm an assistant supervisor of building and ground with the Board of Education. And Pat, a great guy, and one thing I love about West New York, and I've been here a long time too, 50 plus years, is longevity. And Pat has that, and God bless you, Pat. Good luck.
Everybody wants to hear from Pat. Anyone else wanted to speak on behalf of Pat? To thank them or to say special memories?
Okay, I'm a very, very good friend with Pat. I grew up with Pat when I came from Cuba. He opened his arms, him and his family. And my family knew his family from Cuba and everything. And the thing that I remember was his closet with all those arms, rifles and this and that. I used to love that. But he's a great man, and I'm glad that I'm here to enjoy this. Thank you.
Okay. No, hold the mic. But since I have it, I'll say something. I've been around this town for almost 13 years now, and to hear stories like the ones I've heard today from this gentleman just inspires me. True heroes don't just appear in capes and fly around, you know, like in the comic books. True heroes are the ones that dedicate their time. The times that others take for granted, you know, that always, oh, there's nothing to do, but he found things to do. And thanks to him, a lot of men today can stand here and say, I am a responsible adult because this person took his time to teach me responsibilities and morals. So to me, it's an honor to be part of this celebration. And again, sir, thank you so much for all the work and all the time that, you know, selfishness that you put into this town. Thank you so much. Now we can hear from the man himself. How's that?
Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking. I wonder if that guy got away with it. But I liked everything I did. I believe in the boys, and they should have a helping hand. If we can help them, we're going to help them. And that was my idea as a scout, that a boy is a good boy. There's no bad boys. They need help. We got to guide them the right way, teach them the right way, and they'll be great citizens, great people, fathers, and so forth. I'm not much of a speaker, but I don't know what else to say. And I want to thank you very much. What the Boy Scouts and kids like was the stories I used to tell them about a campfire at night. About the two bloody-fingered ghosts. The kid that drowned everybody in the lake. The rowboat that had 2 holes in it. And I used to tell all kinds of stories. But at one time we went to camp, we had these young kids. Well, they told me don't tell no more of those stories. Nobody slept that night. They all slept at one night. But I like Boy Scouts. And I'm still a Boy Scout leader. I don't know what else to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm very proud of my brother. He's a good boy.
Because she's 90, she can say that. Mayor Roque, Troop 848, there's a couple of kids here, a couple of the scout leaders. We had our meetings on Tuesday in Exempt Firehouse, which is why we picked this street, and also because Pat worked at #1 school for many years. However, they're renovating the Exempt Firehouse. And because of that, we haven't had meetings in a couple of months now. But a lot of the kids can't cross the boulevard. They're meeting over in North Bergen because they can't. I don't want them crossing the boulevard. And we also, with the 2 former administrations, we used to have the town van. We used to have a town van. And the last administration pulled it from us. So we can't take the town van, a recreation van. They used to lend it to us. We could take the kids camping. But they pulled it. So we have no way to get the kids camping unless parents drive the kids. We have to ask. We need a place to have our meetings. So that's Troop 848. That's my garage troop.
Yeah, you're always very straightforward. The thing is, she believes she's putting me on the spot, but we have an answer already before you even ask. Director Indri and myself, we're working on a location right now where the old Hudson County Community College used to be. We're actually in the process of talking now to get it, making a BAL. We're going to be able to bring Boy Scouts. By the way, I used to be a Boy Scout, and I also went to military school. We're also trying to bring a charter school, the first military charter school in the country, to West New York. So we're in that process now. I'm a believer that by having, thank you. My belief has always been that leadership starts when you're young. And if you build great leaders, they have great character, they'll do the right thing, and we don't have to be putting people in jail or having jails. The idea is to start from the youth and work them up, and that's why I believe, and I always said we have to grow the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts. We have to bring more leadership into West New York, which we're lacking. So having said that, Gary, we will, okay, yeah. And, you know, Ron knows that I've been working with him, so I'm going to say this. What do you say, Mike? Within a month or so, we should be able? Within about a month, we'll have it ready to go. So thank you so much for putting me on the spot. Thank you.
And with regards to transportation, we have a bus that was donated to the recreation department. So, you know, just ask. There you go. All right. So, we have our sign. Guys, drum roll? No drum roll? Mr. Patrick.
I got the video.
Kalini. We dedicate